Wilt Chamberlain with 9 consecutive games with a triple-double.
Does he break it?
Does he break it?
I think he definitely breaks it because he's going to be going for it.
He's going to go for it, right?
He
Like
might have 10 rebounds in the first quarter in their next game.
Now, my other question, does his streak extend? And then we start like into the 15s, the maybe 20s.
Ooh, 20 games of triple doubles is kind of tough, but I think he's definitely going to get their next game. Who do they play? Do you know who they play next?
I will tell you.
Whoever they play next, and whenever Russ is going to come out in that first quarter. He's going to aggressively be hitting the glass.
They've got the Blazers
10 boards, 4 assists.
Yeah, you know, he knows he can get
got
the double
the
figures in his
Blazers.
sleep, and the same thing with the assists because he has the ball in his hand so much. He's going to attack that glass hard early on.
The Blazers at home.
Ooh, and that's interesting because him and Dame have
Right.
a little bit of beef.
I need to get on the couch and watch this.
Yes, I can't wait to watch that one. Russ and Dame, they got their own little thing that they got going on.
It's on Monday, so we've got a couple of days. A couple of days for him to rest.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that Paul George has to do, though, to be not just considered in this MVP conversation, but to perhaps win an MVP trophy this season?
We saw it tonight. Winning these type of ball games against the Rockets, creating separation down the stretch. You know, Oklahoma City start off a little slow, if you ask me, but now they're starting to find their groove. And they've been healthy for the most part. You know, I haven't heard about too many injuries. And then you got young guys like Ferguson, Diallo that's starting to step up now. I'm starting to see that Russell is trying to have more trust and looking for Ferguson down in transition for open three. So I think they're also trying to find their niche. And I think Russell Westbrook is doing a fabulous job quarterbacking this team.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up a lot of those young guys because this team playing well and those young guys playing well, that's going to be the key to Paul George, to answer your question, for Paul George possibly moving up in the MVP race, because the only way for him to jump in this MVP race is for the Oklahoma City Thunder to jump over Denver and jump over Golden State.
Do you think so? You think that they have to be in first for him to be? Really?
In order for Paul George, because James Harden has had such a phenomenal year.
But they're behind the Thunder, so we're considering him regardless.
Who?
James Harden,
Yes.
even though their team is currently sitting in 5th.
Yeah, but James Harden is in a situation like Russell Westbrook was a couple years ago. His stats are so gaudy that even though he's not a number 1 or 2 seed like we normally see from the MVP, he's going to be considered for it. A lot of people have James Harden as the front runner right now, even though Giannis plays on the best team in the NBA from a team record standpoint. So that just goes to show you where things are. But for Paul to get into the race, I think he would have to take the Oklahoma City Thunder above Denver and above Golden State.
Facts.
So the Thunder have to be number 1 then. I do feel like we need to better define.
That's going to be tough to do.
Players.
They're what, 7 games behind?
Because the criteria.
No. They're 3.5 games.
3.5. Okay.
3.5 games behind Golden State.
Well,
Now Golden State's in a good groove right now. DeMarcus coming back has made their offense even better. But I think that it's a 2-man race for MVP. We're just basically talking about Harden and we're talking about Giannis. But if there's anybody, if Paul is going to jump in, and Paul George is very deserving, it's going to be because OKC as a team surpasses those other 2 teams, and he continues to play at this high level.
How important will home court advantage in the Western Conference playoffs be this season? The Rockets currently sitting in 5th. How important is it for them to jump over Portland or whoever may be sitting in 4th come April?
Those are all tough places to play in. So you would Oklahoma City, Portland, Golden State, Denver now, Utah. These are tough places to play. So home court, if you ask me, is inevitable that you must get that.
Yeah, home court is very important just because you have so many teams out there that have these rowdy home courts. You have a lot of teams that are unproven. It's not like there's 3 or 4 teams that we think are better than everybody else. Outside of Golden State, anybody can lose. And especially if the Lakers find a way to get themselves back in it. If the Lakers took on Denver, it wouldn't surprise me if the Lakers won that game just because LeBron has more experience than a lot of the Denver core. So home court is very important because we have a lot of teams that haven't proven it yet, or some of the guys they have on the team or that mix hasn't proven it yet. So home court is going to be very important in the Western Conference.
Such a great turnaround from
well, you know, in basketball a little bit, we were hitting everything. At first they were missing a lot, and it's going to turn, and we kind of cautioned them for that. But they got on a 3 roll, and we couldn't make a 3, or, you know, we couldn't really make a play. We couldn't get rebounds, even in timely manner. So just a lot of things. They're a good team. They played well, but we had our chances. We just didn't finish it off. We came out flat second half for whatever reason. Maybe being up 22 did it. I don't know. But, I'm kind of looking at the positive side. I think we got something. We get Clint back, and the defense was really good in the first half. We just got to continue that, and we'll build on this. I know it's a tough one tonight, but we'll bounce back on Monday and then see what we can do.
What do you think of Amon tonight?
Good. He'll help us defensively, especially the first half. I thought he may have got a little tired the second half, but first half he was a dog out there. It was good. So there's just a lot of positive things. Again, the rotations and stuff will get down, and like I said, they're a good team. They're going to be one of the best teams in the West, and I think we feel good about it. Certain aspects and certain aspects no. So we'll just have to fix that.
Coach, is James okay? I noticed in the third quarter he had his shoulder wrapped.
Yeah, I think he's okay. He got hit in the first quarter on the shoulder pretty hard. But he'll be all right.
Some of those possessions, the stretch, James up on one basket, attacking Russ on the switch. Would you like to have seen him attack the basket a little bit more than last week?
Well, that's up to James. That's it's easy to sit back and go, yeah, you missed 3 drives. So that's him, and he'll figure it out. And he's always figured it out, and whatever he chooses to do is pretty good.
How hard is it to play defense against a player like Paul George?
He's great. I mean, he had an unbelievable night also, and just shooting the ball so well from 3, and he's been playing this way for all year, and that's pretty good. That was a pretty good shoot between him and Harden. That was pretty much fun until they beat us.
Pointing out some of the positives, but how frustrating is the experience of losing that 20-plus lead to a team that that it would have felt clearly very good to have beaten the Thunder?
Yeah, but it's not frustrating. I mean, that's part of basketball, and when we'll learn from it. And if we're frustrated and come out that it bothers us, then we got a problem. I mean, it's not going to bother us. And this is one game out of 82. We lost it. Great. So what's next? And we're going to be here Monday, and we're going to kick somebody's butt Monday and go on from there, make a run for it.
The Thunder, though, have won 10 of their last 11 games. This is a team that's sitting in 3rd in the Western Conference, a team that looks to, at least as of now, be sitting among the league leaders, a team that could potentially be a dark horse come playoff time.
They're getting hot at the right time.
Right.
And what other time to get right is right at the trade deadline. You have your core group. You know who you have going forward, into the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. I don't think they're mathematically can possibly get out the playoffs how they've been playing. So I think they're getting hot at the right time. And now when you start talking about Paul George being up for MVP, Roy Williams used to always say, when you win, all the rewards and awards start to come. And I think that's, Paul George wants to win the MVP, he's going to have to come out that West.
Man, anytime you can get a quote from the great UNC head coach, it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, but he started in Kansas.
Huh?
Head coaching at Kansas.
Yeah, you're right. He did some great things at Kansas.
All right. We're going to be back.